Loris, you're so great with makeup. We've created a game just for you. This is a little game called Makeup or Breakup. We're going to show you some looks that the Drag Race girls have presented on their faces, and you're going to tell us whether it's a makeup, which means you wouldn't change a thing, or a breakup, meaning it could use a little help. Ooh. And you'll tell us what you might have done to Loris it up to help them with the look. How does that sound?
All right, that sounds excellent.
Okay.
This is my type of game.
Yes, honey, you're a makeup expert. We want to get your expertise on record.
Let's get
All right, let's take a look at the first look. That's Asia O'Hara's mermaid mask.
Asia O'Hara, wow. Well, I will say that it was one of the cooler mermaid looks from that season. I thought she was so cool. I felt like it looked like a mask. Well, I would break up the prosthetic here between her lips because it seems like she can't really open her mouth. I love the prosthetic. I just wish that we could see her expression. So I would break up the prosthetic here and here to give it more expressiveness and fun, because the colors were great, the blending was great. I just wanted to see a little bit more fluidity in the face. I wanted her face to move more. So, I mean, I'm gonna give her a makeup.
Okay.
Because she put on all the makeup.
She did. I like that look. I'm a fan of that one.
Asia.
Lady Red, makeup or breakup?
I'm gonna break up with that one.
Okay.
She doesn't
All
like
right.
fish.
Next up is another queen known for her looks.
Kimberly!
Kim Chi. Now that's also playing with perspective. Makeup or breakup, Loris?
Well, Kimberly Chi. Kimberly Chi is considered to be an icon of makeup. So this is gonna get some mixed reviews. I think it was a little lazy for her to do black and white rather than approach the grayscale challenge as it was put out there.
Oh.
I wish that we could have seen a full grayscale look from Kim Chi. With that being said, her creativity is insane. And I know that she had like 30 minutes to do it. And I mean, if I could do anything that great in 30 minutes, I would be very impressed with myself. So good for her. It's a makeup. It's a makeup.
Lady Red?
Thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Next look, please. Acid Betty, tropical fish realness.
Acid Betty. All right. So it seems like she ran out of time to draw in a cut crease, so she glued on some paper on her face to mimic eyelashes. But I mean, one thing we can say about Acid Betty is that her hair and her skin always look on point. She's giving me very like old Greg realness.
Old Greg realness is where we will leave it. We have time for one more look.
Okay.
Makeup or breakup? Pearl.
Oh God. Can it be make out or make up?
It could be.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I think that this look was so much more creative than all the other bearded looks, but if we look at it in comparison to what she's been doing nowadays, it's a breakup.
Makeup or breakup? Nina Bonina Brown's famous peach.
Bonina, Banana, Fofana, Osama bin Laden Brown. Are we allowed to say that on air?
Yes, well, you just did.
Well, she blocked me on Instagram, so break up.
Oh, what happened?
Break up. I don't know. You know, she's one of those people that, like, you just don't know. Like, I commented on one of her photos, and I was like, oh, wow, I like that you're using this nose contour. And the next day, I was blocked. Who would know what had happened?
All right, the mystery of the block. We'll never know till Nina comes on and maybe we'll ask her about it. All right, well, enough playing games. It's time for us to get into Dragula. So that was your breakout moment. It's where people started to discover you. And you were part of that show before anyone knew even one thing about what to expect. So tell me about your first day on set and what that was like.
Man, so there we were at Precinct, downtown LA, because that's where the whole first season was shot.
Right.
And we all fully didn't have any idea of what to expect. And I showed up like late with my makeup half done, being like, okay, what kind of weird thing are we showing up to here today? And then I saw Melissa Be Fierce across the way, also half in face, running into the building. And I was like, oh, I better go fix my lip gloss. So, I mean, none of us really knew. We didn't know who was going to be in it. We didn't know who was going to be running it. We didn't know how long we were going to be there. We just knew that the Boulet brothers had asked us to be a part of something. And so we came with our A game. And that was literally the story behind episode 1. Everything you see in episode 1, we pretty much had packed in our bags for that day because we filmed it all in one day.
Right.
So, how prepared we were for that day reflected on how well we did in that episode, which, I mean, I was in the bottom, so I guess that reflects on how prepared I was.
Now, you had to be part of the extermination challenge, that first one.
Yes.
Now, tell those who have not yet seen it on Qween TV what you had to do.
Well, first of all, I'm judging you because you haven't seen it on Qween TV. You, specifically. And then second of all, I mean, it was crazy. We had to, the hardest part was, we had to stay in the same look for as many hours as it took for the extermination challenge to get set up. So we had to stay in drag for that whole time and keep our spirits up. And that was the hardest part. But as soon as they put me in that coffin and they started pouring warm fluid on me, I felt right at home.
Right, they didn't know that you had worked at the dungeon.
Yes, I'm like, let the warm fluid rain down on me. And then pairing that with male grunting noises, I mean, it was too easy.
You were home. You were ready to go.
It was too easy, yes.
So then episode 2, even though you struggled in episode 1, you stepped your game up and you won that main challenge.
That's right.
Which was an 80s wrestler look that you had to do.
Oh my God, and I'm still genuinely so mad that I didn't get to wrestle. Everybody always praises me for winning that challenge, but I'm legitimately mad and a little bit frustrated that I didn't get to use all of my catchphrases that I came up with.
Well, now's the time.
Oh my God. Okay, so ready? So when I went up to the front of the stage,
Camera's
I said,
over there.
I'm gonna what? I'm gonna who? I'm gonna drop a nuke on you! Ah! Nuclear Nelly is here to fuck some shit up. Oh wait, I can't swear, right?
You can.
Oh, it's YouTube! Yeah! Okay, yes. So those are my slogans.
Those are good. Nuclear Nelly, I like it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what I thought was the whole point of the challenge, was coming up with funny, campy characters rather than actually kicking ass. And I'm good at that.
Now, what was the vibe like behind the scenes? Because those are some tough bitches on Dragula. Obviously, the looks are tough, the challenges are tough, and those were no shrinking violets.
Yeah.
What was that like, being on camera, interacting?
Well, I mean, it was weird and kind of crazy because watching the season back, I didn't realize that any single person had any problems with me or that anybody hated me or thought I was bitchy. And then watching it back, everybody in the confessionals was like, oh, she's a bitch, she's terrible, she's evil. And they never said that to my face. So it was very confusing for me watching it. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect any of that. But I guess looking back on it, it's taught me to be a little bit more self-aware a little bit more aware of other people's feelings and conversing with each of those people after the show ended and seeing what it was that made them feel that way made me realize that I gave even less of a fuck about their feelings than I thought I did.